Hello and welcome to the Zane the Bully build. Now this is a build that I made that was mainly based off of what Mopioid was doing with his Zane, where we're using the Rough Rider along with the 360 degree, picked up barrier action skill to proc Cool, Calm, Collected to get infinite action skills. And where's the bully part come in? Well, enemies can't really do anything to us with the 360 degree barrier. If we run up to them and hug them at point blank range, the deterrence field will take off their shields, so Cryo can do full damage against them, and they stagger over and over and over again. And you can even do this against some bosses like Traunt. It's hilarious. So this is why we're a bit of a bully. And yeah, I'll go through the build, and we'll start with what weapons we'll be using. Will be high projectile per second weapons. The Crossroads is perfect. So our alien barrel assault rifles or the laser exploder, which I love. The Masher is a fantastic weapon. Doesn't even need to be cryo. It's great. Nighthawking's good as well. You get the idea. So for weapons, I use two cryo weapons that I swap between. The Crossroads is fantastic, but it's rather ammo hungry, and I need this one if I run into Anointed, so I use the laser exploder a lot. A little bit less damage than the Crossroads, but it's very accurate, very nice to use, and it's just really good fun, and I love it. And then a fourth weapon here. Oh yeah, this Crossroads here, it's for Anointed enemies, or if I just really need to burn down a badass's health bar for whatever reason. Anointed enemies are completely immune to cryo. You can still proc brain freeze off of them, which is very important. Same goes for bosses. We can proc brain freeze off of them. Even though they won't get frozen, they'll proc Cool Calm Collected, and that's what we need. So that's why this is here. I just have a weapon that can deal with Anointeds. Leader, of course, is good as well. That doesn't need to be said. I use the Crossroads because I'm always at close range. Then a fourth weapon to do whatever you want. An anti-shield weapon, though we have a way of dealing with shields. And 5 for your life weapons, maybe? I don't know. Just whatever you want. Shield, Rough Rider. Very important. Doesn't need to be fancy. Fleet and Roid don't work, by the way, but just have a Rough Rider. Grenade, a support grenade that you want. I'm using a Hex that I got and love and I won't ever take off, but, you know, Transfusion, it's piss. Both great grenades. Artifact, whatever you want. Slide speed, mag size, autos idle, doesn't projector. Ooh, actually, I freeze myself a lot with the laser exploder. Ideas. Anyway, class mods, Infiltrator or Executor, whichever one you want. The Rebel Rouser is also very good as well, because it's more points into Borrowed Time and Synchronicity, which are two very important skills. One of which I'm not spec'd into, but that's fine. I use the Executor because accuracy is fantastic, because we're using high spread weapons, and then a bunch of damage and stuff. We're going a lot into injury, so we need as much damage as we can get, so I focus on my class mod on getting more damage. So, Purple Rebel Rouser, Infiltrator, Executor, the three things that you'll be looking at there. Onwards to the spec, then. Using the barrier, it's great. 360 degree barrier, nothing can ever touch us. Alien barrel enemies, which you can prioritize. Melee and elemental puddles are the three main things that can get through the barrier, so all three of them mostly avoidable. And then we're using Deterrence Field, because we can hug enemies to strip their shields, because Cryo gets a weakness on shields, and it also staggers them. We can stagger enemies like Traunt and badasses with rocket launchers. Not like they can hurt us anyway, but it's funny. We're a bully, we just go around hugging people, and they stagger, and it's great. Okay, so, tier 1, none of these skills work with the Rough Rider. Just pick one to get down the tree. Brain Freeze, utterly fantastic. This can proc off of Anointeds and bosses to trigger Cool Calm Collected, and it just works. They don't freeze, but we get Cool Calm Collected, and that's, Calm Cool Collected, sorry, and that's what's important. Also, it's great, because you can freeze things with mashes, and it's a lot of fun. Stiff upper lip, it's tank. Rise to the occasion, health regen. Why not? It's active at all times, even though Rough Rider doesn't empty enough to trigger Roid and Fleet. It's empty enough to proc max rise to the occasion. It's weird. Don't worry about it. This doesn't do anything. Really expensive jacket, tank. Futility belt, tank. You can take 3 points from stiff upper lip and put them in best serve cold if you want. I chose not to. Calm Cool Collected. Whenever we freeze an enemy, our shields begin recharging. While they can't, we're using a Rough Rider. So, if the shield's already full, we regenerate health. Well, we're incredibly tanky, and we've got health regen anyway, health is most likely going to be full. So, our action skill cooldowns and durations are immediately reset. We can go through an engagement without ever losing our cooldowns. Not once. It's great. It's just up all the time. And then I've got a point in refreshment for some more tank. Blue tree, drone, sentinel, cryo, this was buffed to not weaken the damage, so better cryo efficiency, and bad dose, because it buffs us and debuffs enemies, and it's fantastic. You can also rock Boomsday if you want. Static field, of course, doesn't do anything. And Almighty Ordnance, though fun, you only get to use this once per action skill use, and because our action skill lasts throughout the entire duration, yeah, you get this once per engagement, so whilst fun, not for this build, so we rock Winter's Drone and Bad Dose. And then here it's just pick up damage, so I've done a 1-4 split here again because reasons. Cool hand. Reload speed, it's good. Drone delivery, it's our only way of getting drones, and once every 15 seconds, I swear to god the hex lasts 15 seconds. So that's enough there. Salvation for some more tank. Deathfall is close, no brainer. And then I split some points between Violent Violence and playing Dury. Because we just want more damage, that's what we need the most of. Moving over to the orange tree, Synchronicity is an easy 5 out of 5, pick this up, it's free damage that's active all the time and it's a lot of damage. It's also why getting a class mod that boosts the skill is very nice as well, because Synchronicity is an awesome skill, both of our action skills are up all the time. Even if one drops, we only need to freeze one enemy, while playing a little bit safe if it's the barrier, and we instantly get the cooldown back when we replace it, and then we get Synchronicity back. This is active all the time, it's great. You can sacrifice a few points between these two to pick up some borrowed time. This gives you a bit more time to freeze an enemy, so you're not as rushed. I personally haven't gone into it, but I know other people do and will, so if you are wanting to put, 2 or 3 points into borrowed time, take them from these two skills here. And that's the spec. It's all around Cool Calm Collected. It's all around shooting high projectile per second weapons into enemies. Even if you're fighting Anointeds and you're needing to use a non-cryo weapon, you can still proc Brain Freeze, which is why we use more projectiles per second, which procs Cool Calm Collected, so you can still have your action skills last through boss fights, through Anointed enemies, and those are the two biggest things that will slow this build down. Otherwise, you're an unstoppable truck of invincibility-ness and it's fantastic. Enjoy the gameplay.
Don't forget to equip your favorite torque weaponry just to make me fucking happy! Let's do this thing!
This happy. A dose of Zane will do you, biggin'. got a death wish? Death wish?
Stand still so I can hit you! Or die! You're gonna regret coming back!
Goddamn awesome! You're a fucking badass!
Deadlier.
Get jumped!
I called the geezer! Let's have a chat.
My holy
biscuits!